Hey everybody, it's Craig Marchant coming to you live from Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. And today I wanted to discuss with you breaking through the isolation and loneliness. Um, it's no sort of hidden secret that when you suffer from a mental illness, um, generally you're not going to feel like socializing or doing pretty much anything a lot of the time. And that's actually not good at all for your mental health. You still need to force yourself to get out there and actually go spend time with your friends and your family. It can make you feel much better. So I wanted to talk about, I guess, some strategies I use for relaxing and for distracting. Distracting when I'm not feeling the best. So I use these methods to calm myself. So the first one is listening to music. For me, can be both relaxing and distracting. And just by the type of music that's playing, it can raise me up or it can lower me down into the doldrums. Actually, um, a really sad song will do that, whereas a more upbeat and happy song will bring me a lot higher. Another method I use for sort of relaxation and distracting is playing computer games. I'm a big fan of retro games, and I often play games from my childhood and teenage years, but also like some of the more modern ones too, StarCraft 2, Diablo 3, or even World of Warcraft. Another great method for me is reading a book. I've loved reading for a long time now, and um, it's a great way for me to, I guess, forget about my worries in the world and to go into fantasy land. Some of my favorite authors are David Eddings, Stephen King, Dean Koontz, and Robert Jordan. So you'll see there's a mix of horror and sci-fi, which are, and fantasy, which are my sort of preferred genres. Um, Watching a movie is also a really great distraction for me. I like my horror movies, but I also do like the fantasy and the sci-fi thrillers. Um, my current sort of favorite movies are the new It movies from chapter 1 and 2, and I'm also a rather big fan of the Star Wars movies. All nine of them actually. I don't really have a one I like better than another. So um, also doing some exercise is very therapeutic. And often as I walk, I brainwave all sorts of interesting things up, um, whether or not it's real or not. I can play so many different scenarios into my head. It's quite amazing, really. So those are some of the things I do to distract and relax. Some of the things that you can do to beat isolation and loneliness. The first one is pet ownership. So pets are fantastic and help during periods of stress, ill health, or isolation. Pets make wonderful companions, and I've got cats. I also love dogs. Fish, birds. I like most of them actually. So that's always a good thing. Volunteering. So when you volunteer, generally you feel much better. Doing something for someone else. Um, you've got friends and family, so make sure you stay in contact with your friends and your family, which helps to prevent isolation and loneliness. And remember, just because they don't live near you doesn't mean you can't do something like Skype or FaceTime or whatever technology is available to you to actually reach out to them. You've got hobbies and learning. So one of my hobbies is I like marine fish. Don't have a marine tank at the moment. Haven't had for a couple of years. It's on the list of things to get one day again. Or learning. Going back to TAFE or school. You've got regular outings, so you're not going to, as I said, you're not going to feel like doing much when you have a mental illness, but it's really important that you regularly get out of the house. the more you stay isolated, the worse things are. And make sure you remember to look after yourself. Make sure you keep up with your personal hygiene, you're eating proper meals, and also try and get a bit of exercise to help make yourself feel better. So look, those are sort of some things there about beating isolation and loneliness. There's also I found there's some great Facebook pages and groups you can join for mental health. I don't have the names of them right at the moment, but just do a Facebook search for depression or mental illness or mental health, and you'll find a whole host of groups that you can join. And I find it good to, I post in them and reply to regularly in those groups, mainly so other people can see that, yes, you can live a full and active lifestyle, even if you do have depression or a mental illness. And it's also good just to give other people hope as well. It just makes you feel a little bit better. Anyway, so look, that's it for tonight. Look, thanks for tuning in as usual. If you can share, comment, as I said, comments are always welcome. And even give me ideas for, sessions that you would like to see. Is there a topic I can cover for you that, might make it easier for you? Whether you drop me an email or, Facebook or anything like that, whatever method works best. Anyway, thanks so much for joining in, and I will see you next time. Good night.